Some information was released showing that Isaiah Hartenstein may have not been the #1 option for Oklahoma City this offseason as a priority, but yet we ended up with him. However, there was a veteran that the Oklahoma City Thunder were apparently pursuing and trying to get on the team at the start of the offseason before they ended up landing Hartenstein. And I feel like there was a way we could have got them both that I will talk about later, but I want to start off by saying I am glad that we ended up getting Hartenstein and not this other person that was targeted. And before we get all that, though, I want to take a moment and say that if you guys are finding yourself coming back on a regular basis and you enjoy the content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. We're trying to reach 1,500 by the end of the month, and I think that we can easily hit that goal as we're at 1,364 subscribers or something around there, I believe. So like I said, if you enjoyed the content, you find yourself coming back on a regular basis, it would mean the world to me if you hit the subscribe button. And yes, this is a different setup if you guys are a recurring viewer than when I'm usually in. I'm in Houston right now for the next few days for the 4th of July. So this is what you guys are going to have to deal with over the next 4 to 5 videos. But then we'll be back in the regular setup as usual. Now we'll go ahead and get into this video and talk about this guy that the Oklahoma City Thunder were apparently, reported and interested in getting. And that was Klay Thompson. All right, this report and tweet by Legion Hoops. OKC showed interest in Klay Thompson, but prioritized acquiring Isaiah Hartenstein with their cap space, per Ramon Shelburne. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So as you can see there, we were interested in getting Klay Thompson. All right, and yeah, it would have been interesting to see. Definitely would have been interesting to see how that would have played out on the team, especially with the history of the Golden State Warriors and Oklahoma City Thunder, the coveted playoff matchups that we would always have against the Warriors, where I felt it was heated. It was always a rivalry, and I want to see that rivalry renewed now. I don't think it will be now that KD is gone, Steph is about out of the league, Klay is off that team, Russ is no longer on the Thunder. So I feel like that rivalry will no longer be there. But I do think Klay Thompson going to the Oklahoma City Thunder would have been the biggest, you know what? You guys don't care about me. I don't care about you guys either. If he went to the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team where they were constantly battling, teams that they lost to, teams that they had to constantly face in the playoffs where it got heated, players would get, banged up and bruised, kind of what's going on with OKC and Dallas now, it would have been insane. It would have been a slap to the face if Klay Thompson came to OKC. And that, I think that would have been hilarious. It would have been. It would have been. But what would he have brought to the team? Well, we can go ahead and look at the stats here. We can go ahead and look at him, all right? Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Defensively, I'm going to admit it. He's a cone. He's a cone defensively. I'm not there's no other way to put it. He is a cone. You could drive right by him. It doesn't matter. He's not doing anything defensively. He's there for offense, and that's it. He's not the two-way player that he used to be in the past, all right? Less than 2 turnovers a game, less than 2 fouls a game, 43% from the field, and 39% from 3. He's 6'6", 34 years old. He shot 39% on corner threes, 93% of his threes are assisted. And, he's one of the best catch-and-shoot three-point shooters in the league. We've known that for a while now. And 61% of all shots are threes of his. And now he's on the Dallas Mavericks. All right, and you're looking at these stats. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, this is going to translate to Dallas as well. I don't think so. All right, this is where I'm going to talk about, is he really a threat on the Mavericks? Yes and no, okay? He does have his moments where he proves he's one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. He does have those moments. However, those are very, very rare now in this time of the league. He's not the player that he used to be, and everyone knows that. He has those moments, sure, but I think it does benefit the Oklahoma City Thunder because, A, we've beefed up our defense now. Sam Presti has faced him time and time before. He knows what Klay Thompson is capable of. I'm sure Coach Mark knows what to do as well. So I'm not necessarily super worried about him being on the Mavericks. Now, it does make the Mavericks better. I won't say that. All right, they are a better team with Klay on there. It's just a matter of defensively, what does he add to their team? And in the starting 5, he doesn't really add anything, all right? Besides, yes, they have that three-point shooter now on their team that can solidify that. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm not really too scared because this is also the Klay Thompson that went 0-10 in an elimination playoff game. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. This is the same Klay Thompson that went 0-10 in an elimination game. Yes, Game 6 Klay can still exist from time to time, all right? that Klay Thompson is, still like kind of glimmers of that and everything where it shows. However, it's not very often anymore. So him being on the Mavericks, I'm not necessarily scared. And also those stats, I'm not sure how well they would translate to the Oklahoma City Thunder either. Yes, he averaged 18 points a game, but that's as a starter. He wouldn't start for us. He'd be coming off the bench. And we already have a sharp-shooting, catch-and-shoot guy off the bench for us in Isaiah Joe, who shot 41% from the three-point line last season. One of the best three-point shooters in the league last season. All right, keep that in mind. So I don't know how much he would have necessarily added to the team. And when you look at our three-point shooting stats as a team, when you look at them right here, really our shooting splits in general, our shooting stats, okay? We shot 46% as a team from the field. We shot 35, just about 36% from behind the arc and 80% from the free throw line. Those are great splits for us as a team. And we have a bunch of guys that are in, the 40 percentile range for our three-point stats. Now, I did make a mistake. These are during the playoffs as well. All right, these are during the playoffs. So I think regular season we shot better because Shai in the regular season, I think he shot 35% from three. Okay, but our playoff stats are decent. Sure, Chet didn't really perform from behind the arc in the playoffs. Okay. Dub, he shot 38%, which you can live with that. There were just times he would go cold from behind the three-point line. We replaced one of those guys that, was a struggle for us, all right, behind the three-point line at times in Josh Giddey. And then we also had other guys that necessarily didn't really play for us that kind of, we're not going to worry about their stats. Cason Wallace, 32%. I think that's going to increase next season because he's going to be a guy that I think offensively, with how the second unit can run now, we can just stick him in the corner, kind of draw in, driving in, kick it out to him in the corner, and he's one of the better corner three shooters on our team and could possibly be one of the better corner three guys in the NBA. Okay? Lou Dort, 39% from three. He is very streaky, though. All right? I don't want to say inconsistent. I don't want to say that because consistently, he's a guy that's going to shoot 2 of 5 from behind the arc for you, 2 of 6 in games. Now, when he's taking more threes, you don't, when he's going to shoot 10 threes a game like he has time and time before, there are times he's done that where he's just left open and he's just off that night, okay? He's just off and he goes 2 of 10, but there are nights he goes 5 of 10, 6 of 10. So he's streaky when he's taking more shots, but generally, he's going to give you 2 or 3 three-pointers out of every 5 and 6 shots. You know that. He'll knock down 2 to 3 of them. Another guy, J. Will, 40%. He's actually a decent three-point shooter, all right, when he has catch-and-shoot opportunities. Aaron Wiggins, 30%. Isaiah Joe, like I mentioned earlier, 41%. So when you look at these stats, sure, Klay Thompson's a great three-point shooter. I just don't know how much he would add on to this team. I just don't know. And when you're looking at the contracts, all right, it would have been insanely hard to get him on the team. He would have wanted 15 to 20 million a year. Isaiah Hartenstein, he wanted, 20 to 25 mil. We ended up getting him for 31 mil this first season, and then it decreases with the team option at the end. So I just don't think there was a world where we could have got both of them. It had to be, which one would benefit us more. I think we made the right decision in Hartenstein, because we needed rebounding, we needed size. We didn't necessarily need three-point shooting on the squad. And that's really all Klay Thompson would have brought for us, and that would be off the bench. He wouldn't be a starter for us. I don't think he would have been a starter. So Hartenstein was definitely the right option. Defensively, helps us out. Inside game offensively, helps us out with his little, kind of floater / push shot. Playmaking-wise, also at the center position, he's a good playmaker with his size and at that position. He is. It's going to help us space out the floor. A lot of people think it won't allow us to play a 5-out style of offense, but yet Klay Thompson would have. If you've seen Isaiah Hartenstein's passing ability and the way he can just drive in and put that little, push shot in over bigger guys as well, we're going to be able to run a 5-out style of offense with him. When you look at the highlights, look at what he does. So I think we made the right decision, and I think we lucked out in getting Hartenstein and not pursuing Klay. I do. Now, Dallas to get better a little bit, you're going to have to watch out for him. However, I still think we win in a 7-game series against the Mavericks come playoffs time. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Would you rather have seen us get Klay, or would you rather have seen us get Hartenstein? All right, let me down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.